It's where the used up, worn out, and trust me, red blood cells work hard, okay? The worn out red blood cells go to die. They don't really go there. They just kind of get stuck on the tree branches of the reticular tissue. Just say, it's kind of cool. Then, as we look at this connective tissue, we had dense, regular collagenous, dense, irregular collagenous. Let's take our terms apart, because you're going to see these terms, and the best thing to do is start thinking about them deconstructed. First of all, dense. What is that going to tell me about the amount of matrix?
There's a lot of it.
If we're looking at the fact, dense, regular, collagenous. All right, let's look at the collagenous portion, okay? What fiber is that referring to? Collagen. Now, dense, regular, what does it look like as being present there for the matrix? Does it look like there's a lot of the matrix there, or more fibers present? So now we've got this huge amount of fibers that are dense together, and the dominant fiber in here is collagen. So dense, regular, collagenous. Regular is letting me know that there is a consistent shape that's present. So the fibers are in a consistent shape. Does that make sense? So, lots of collagen fibers. They can definitely resist a lot of stretching because the collagen is so tough. Look at what it makes up. Muscle to bone, bone to bone. Is it important to make sure that muscle stays connected to bone? What would happen if it didn't?
It would just
Hanging. But then, what's important about making sure bone to bone?
we would just snap it out. They wouldn't be able to. There would be nothing there.
Our structure and whatever that structure is supposed to do. All right, think about this for a second. Elbow. With my elbow, I've got direction in one plane, one move. But now, I've got it in all planes. Having the ability to control, for example, the elbow, okay? Think about what it would be if that elbow flung back up like in that direction. Not good, okay? Think about it with your knees. Once again, one direction. A little bit, if you think about being able to swing your foot around, okay? But for the most part, one direction, okay? Have you ever paid attention to tendons and ligaments in these areas of the body? The Achilles tendon, yeah, cut that on somebody, they're going to be hurting for the rest of their life. But sprains, strains, that sort of thing, okay? Depending on which one you do, it's going to affect one of these. So having this thick collagen be present and then having a particular direction and then having the cells be very dense together, that is giving a very good structural component for these areas of the body that are going to have to get a lot of abuse. And see, y'all are young, okay? So you think a whole lot about your knees and your feet and your ankles and your hips and your elbows and your shoulders and stuff like that. What should you be thinking about? Trust me on that. So, this structure, very important for those two structural components of the body. Dense, regular, elastic. Now, what fiber is dominant? Our elastic fiber. Dense, once again, telling me lots of, not a lot of the matrix, but a lot of the cells, okay? Regular is telling me what? That the shape is consistent, okay? These are for ligaments and our vocal folds. Okay? I'll try not to sing to you, but hey, sometimes it just happens, okay? Y'all ever heard of the neutral ligament? Ever gone like, it's a ligament that's right back here in the back of your neck going up to your skull. It's a really cool ligament. Get a massage, get some time. Now, there are some collagen fibers so that when we shout, we don't break the elastic, okay? But for normal conditions, it's mostly just the elastic that's working, that's present. Now we have dense, irregular, collagenous. What fiber is dominant? Collagen. What does the dense tell me about the amount of matrix?
A lot of fibers,
Little matrix. And the irregular now tells me what about the shape?
it's not
Not really present. It looks like it's just doing this huge mixed up number in that particular tissue. All right? See how it doesn't look like there's any true structure that's present? Just looks like it's this great big huge pretty picture, okay, of the planets or something. I don't know. All right? The fibers are random. Look at what we get. The innermost layer, the dermis of the skin. The structure of it helps with it being resistant to stretching. In other words, keep it from stretching too far that we don't have a recoil. We get a lot of scars from this area under the skin because we'll stretch the tissue past the point. And if you end up with a scar that doesn't go away, has like the little purpley appearance or whatever, okay, then this is the tissue that's making it up, okay? It's tissue that's no longer functioning as skin. The capsule of the kidney and the spleen. Kidneys, located where? Are they front or back? They're termed retroperitoneal. Okay, so when we think about where the kidneys are located, they're protected a little bit by the rib cage. but, you know, a huge portion of that kidney is exposed. Having the tough capsule like it does is giving protection to this organ that's extremely important to the body. Same thing for the spleen, okay? Because where we find the spleen, no protection from bones, okay? So the capsules are giving protection to the very important organs. Well, dense, irregular, elastic. Fiber. Dense. What's it telling me about the matrix? Little. Now, irregular. Doesn't look like it has. It looks like it has a little bit of structure to it, but they consider it to be random. Basically, we're getting orientation in a lot of different directions, and they're considering it random. In the walls of the elastic arteries, the biggest artery, the aorta. What kind of pressure is the aorta under? And how do we know that it's under this kind of pressure? Any idea what they tell us should be the norm pressure for that artery? How do we measure it? Okay, and what do they tell us? They tell us the norm should be for those numbers. Okay, 120/80. Younger you are, the lower the number should be. The older you are, the higher the chances the numbers are going to be. Because the elasticity gives out. Okay? When we get into part 2, you'll understand the 120/80, okay? And do you know what goes with that? 120/80 blank of blank. Millimeters of mercury. All right, you're going to find out what that means in part 2. But the aorta, now, that 120/80, here's the thing that's kind of cool. We don't measure until we get here, right? Okay? So actually, the pressures are a tad bit higher. This is just the first place that we can get to that's closest to the heart to measure the blood pressure. Okay? So the 120/80 being the norm, all right? But that amount of pressure, have you ever seen an artery burst at the heart? Okay? I mean, it's a gusher. Even if you see it like maybe in the foot, look at how far that is. Okay? Maybe you might see it in the brachial. Okay? It's going, goes across the room. Okay? Even with the femoral, that far apart. Okay? From the actual beating of the heart, pushing of the blood out of the heart. Across the room. And if you don't stop it, about how long can a person live with that blood flow going? Most 3 minutes. 7 minutes maybe?
Yeah, it's like
3 to 5 minutes. Okay? If you don't stop it, there's no way the body can recover that. All right? So, this wavy, elastic tissue is found in those arteries. And it's found for all of the arterial arteries, blood vessels throughout the body. Which is kind of cool. That's why you can feel your pulse. And how many places can you feel your pulse?
Either brachially or carotid or femoral.
It's 9 altogether. Yep, 9 spots that you can feel the pulse pressure.
Oh, I was just wondering where else can you, I know you can
Feel it in the feet, feel it in the wrist, feel it in the neck, feel it in the leg. Yeah, it's 9.
It's pretty much those pumps that you,
Thump, thump, thump. Yep. So the densest, regular, densest, irregular. So at this point, we have looked at the matrix of this connective tissue that can be this soft, squishy, jello type substance. And then we are looking at where maybe some of that matrix is getting reduced, all right? Now, we're going to look at a matrix that is now going to be termed semi-solid. Now, thinking about a matrix and the fact that we're thinking, okay, well, it should be this jello type substance, okay? We got to kind of change our understanding now about a matrix, all right? Because cartilage, think about the cartilage in your body. Let's see. Thank you. What am I holding? The spine. Now, which part would we consider a cartilage? This right here? This right here? This? 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 Okay, so this stuff, you got a pretty good representation of it. Just want to use your fingernail. Kind of showing that it's a little semi-solid, right? A little bit squished. Okay? A little bit squished. Okay? Semi-solid. Now, up to this point, we've had this matrix that's been full of these cells, all right? And now I'm saying that the matrix is now going to be semi-solid. Wait a minute. What is that going to tell me about those cells that are in that? Well, let me think about this for a second. Because the cartilage, now we looked at it based on the spine, okay? This right here is showing another piece of cartilage, okay? Think about cartilage in between the bones of the finger, in between the bones of the hand, bone to bone, hip, okay? All this type of stuff, okay? Even though found widespread throughout the body, okay? Is it just loose and free? No. Like we were thinking of like the connective tissue under the skin, okay? Now, I've got to have a situation where this particular connective tissue forms a structure. All right? So now I've got this semi-solid matrix. Chondrocytes located in the matrix surrounded by a space called lacunae. Huh? What? Really? What did I just tell you? Okay, let's go back for a second. Do you remember that? It's been a few slides back, quite a few. What is that telling me? And then, what is chondro telling me? Chondro is signifying that I'm dealing with cartilage. Anytime you hear the term chondro, that's letting you know it's the cartilage. So if I were to say chondroblast, what did a blast cell do? Gives rise to. So what was the site? So if I have the chondrocyte, what do I now have? And that's called my mature cell. Think of this like the baby. This is the mature, the adult. What did a class do? Break it down. Now let me think for a second. It's cartilage renew. No. 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 Which is another reason why, try to get y'all to think about it now. Don't do like I did, not listen, and be like totally abusive to the body. Then you get to be a certain age, and trust me, things break down. Okay? So, cartilage doesn't renew. Does cartilage heal? Very little. And this right here, you can just barely see it. All right? See the red poking out right there? See the red poking out? See the red poking out? Red? 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 What's that representing? Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Call 911. Call 911 right now. Ain't nobody gonna call 911? What did I just do? Or try to represent doing? Slipped a disc. That's what happens. Piece of it pinches out from between the two bones. Youch! Okay? Don't know if y'all ever had that. I have. Sometimes people require surgery, go in and they cut the little piece off. Does that cartilage ever repair though, where they took the piece off? All they did was expose it for more of the stuff to spew out. Just saying. Now, okay, got a little bit of a predicament here. Because we know egg and sperm meet, fertilization takes place, one cell becomes two, two becomes four, blastula, gastrula, all this sort of stuff taking place, okay? We begin to create offspring, little itty bitty babies born, all right? Itty bitty baby comes out in the shape of a C, okay? But as it grows and moves upward, we take on the S shape that we have, okay? Itty bitty baby, when it's born, mostly cartilage, right? When are they done being mostly cartilage? Basically when they stop growing. Females, about the age of 18. Males can be up to about 24. Okay? We have to do the baby thing. Okay? So we have to be ready for the baby thing. All right? Okay, go figure. Now, cartilage is going to allow for stuff to grow because itty bitty baby goes from this to this, right? So that's telling me that cartilage in some way, I got to have this, right? Because in this cell right here gives rise to the mature cell. The mature cell is what gets trapped in the matrix that this one began to lay down. So it's almost like I end up with my blast cell, okay? My blast cell, and as it goes forward and tries to start moving around, all right, it's laying down the material it produces. We have hyaline cartilage, fibrocartilage, elastic cartilage. So the material is one of those three. Does that make sense? Now, if I've got all these particular baby cells doing this number, trying to move around, okay, and as they try to move around, they're producing their product, which means they're creating this semi-solid structure around them, all right? Well, next thing you know, they will have created so much of that structure that they basically end up surrounding themselves with the structure. Does that make sense? And they can't move anymore. So all of them that were a blast end up getting stuck in an area where they're surrounded by their matrix. At this point, this cell is now mature because the only thing that it can do now is sit. Does anybody know what lacuna means? Home. Okay, sits in its home. All it can do is sit in its lacuna and maintain the matrix that's around it. So we end up with a whole bunch of homes filled by the mature cell. And all of the matrix has been laid down so that by the time you become an adult, okay, your full height, that sort of thing, the cells are in place and they're maintaining the cartilage. Does that make sense? Take a break, be back at 12:30.
Because